Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin, and today is Thursday, the 10th of November, 2022. Might be wondering why I'm wearing a poppy pin, and whoops, there you go. This poppy pin, it's in remembrance of those who fought two great wars, World War One and World War Two. World War One being in the eastern or western part of Europe. And there was a poem written about Flanders field. I'll put a link in that below the description. Basically, they call it Remembrance Day. You may call it Veterans Day in this country. It is to honor all those who fought great wars so that those of us that are still here can carry on doing what we're doing and be free. And I think it's worth remembering them this weekend, so they don't get forgotten for the work that they did. So what's the significance of the poppy? Well, it was adopted by the Royal British Legion. That's a legion of or an organization that's connected to all branches of the military. It's like a social organization. They raise money, not unlike the Salvation Army, but more geared towards veterans, soldiers, those who serve. And the poppy significance is that during the First World War, in like 1915, somewhere in there, the fields of Western Europe was torn up by all this war, horses and mud and carrying on. However, there were these resilient poppies, and this lieutenant captain from Canada wrote the poem of Flanders based upon the fact that no matter what was happening, the mud and the mire and all that muck in the fields, this poppy was a symbol of hope. So the Royal British Legion adopted it as their emblem. And so every year there are countless veterans and supporters who go all over England and sell paper poppies, not unlike, this one. And also enamel poppies like this one. This one actually has this year's date on it. Anyway, my father is one of them who stands outside in all weathers in the little village where I grew up selling these poppies. He's 85 years old and he's done it probably 30-something years, if not longer. All right, my friends, let's get right to the cards. All right, today is the 10th of November, 2022. Angels, ancestors, ones of the higher realms, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth. Thank you for being with us today and bringing us a message. Ooh, it looks like it's getting crazy. That we can use and inspire us today. This one, I think. There we go. Pull it out. Whoops. Oh, take control of your thoughts. This is a very good one. Number 31, 3 and 1 add up to 4, angel number. And we're using the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle deck by Radley Valentine and images by Echo Chernik. I love the images of this. It's like almost brings these cards to life. And I don't want to go on too much about my excitement of these cards, but here's the key, there's the lock, and we got the power to push it in, open it up. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome you truly desire. And as always, I like to go over to the guidebook that comes with these cards and read what Radley has to, well, actually, it's a channeled message from Archangel Michael to Radley, who wrote it. I believe that. How often do you find yourself saying, I knew this was going to happen? Of course you did. The fact that it happened was because you knew it would. That's just the way your universe works. Whatever you focus your thoughts on, be it fears or hopes, is what you bring into your reality. Is that a spiritual truth? Yes, it is. Is turning your thoughts towards hope also easier said than done? Yes, it is. Your fears and your worries have a tendency to obsess your mind. When faced with a reality of bad news, good news, it's shoved aside. That's when things can snowball into a flurry of negative thinking. resulting in you saying, "Oh no, I just knew this was going to happen." If you find yourself in negative dialogue about your life, change the subject. Regardless of who started the conversation, the key through this is not to go down the rabbit hole in the first place. So, if you're faced with something that worries you, immediately imagine the opposite thing happening. I have the ability to help and disconnect from fear and quiet the ego. When you're trying to use the power of your thoughts to your advantage, let me help you. This is Archangel Michael, by the way. With some serious practice, you'll be experiencing only the best in your life. Then you'll no longer be amazed when good things happen. Wow. Now, I've got something to say about that. This is classic law of attraction. I want you to think of you being a magnet. Yes, that's good. And absolutely everything being attracted to it. The only difference is you get to control what's attracted to it. So, for example, if you are a negative Nigel or a doubting Donald, then you're going to attract negativity and doubt. If you are a bright Ben or a positive Paul, then you'll attract brightness and positivity. Okay, whoosh, bang, wallop. In the real world, there are several of us who took a while to get that. And oh yes, I was doing this and then some every time it didn't happen. But guess what? The more of this and then some kept repeating itself. So immediately, the key, which is what this is saying and what I'm saying, you got to find the opposite, not just thought, but the vibration with it. So example, have you ever noticed those people that when stuff happens to them, they just like, well, whatever, let's just get on with it, move on. Or even when really awkward things happen, they burst into a cloud of giggling, laughing. That's one thing. It is basically acknowledging that this happened. I'm accepting it happening. I'm just not choosing to push it into the dirt, to obsess about it. I'm accepting that it happened. I'm just looking forward to seeing how does this get changed. I got to find a better way than this. It's got to be better than this. I'll give you a quick example and then I'll let you go. For the last 2 years, I had hope that the place I rented from was going to be brighter, lighter, greater, better. It wasn't the place. It was the people that were filling it up and the people that were coming to it. The actual environment itself, the building itself, was attracting a negative consciousness, and I was opposing it, looking for something quiet, peaceful, bright, light. I was in this transformation effect. So it creates the opposites. It's like when sunshine happens and then a cold front moves through, we get these tornado activities. It was like that. Until I stopped obsessing about what was wrong with the building, what was wrong with the people in the building, and looked at it like, well, actually, it's me. I've got to change my environment. And I put it out there what I wanted. I started seeing what I wanted. I started thinking about what I wanted. I started continuing to say, it's out there, it's out there, it's out there. And I used affirmations. I found the perfect place. It is affordable. It is close by. And that's exactly what manifested. I started doing these affirmations over the summer and I found it Labor Day. And now we're moving in next week. All right, my friends, keep up the positive thinking. Keep up the positive work. I love you. Thanks for your comments, your shares, your likes, all that stuff. Until tomorrow. Bye.